years ago. 7 years ago, she was 13 when we visited her. She'd held my hand and whispered shyly, "Anya, you and Colin are so kind to me. You're just like my parents." Now, at 20, she was no longer that frail little girl, but beautiful and radiant. I had once worried about her growing up in such an environment. I'd even told her that if anyone ever bullied her, she should come to me. I never imagined the person with bad intentions would be the man lying next to me every night. I began to piece things together, wondering when and how the two of them started this affair. How old had Poppy been then? The more I thought about it, the sicker I felt, until I ran to the trash can and threw up violently. When the nausea subsided, I walked into the living room. On the table sat a pink mug filled with milk Colin had made for me. I was lactose intolerant, but on Poppy's social media, she had posted, "Puppy gave me every last drop of his milk." I vomited again. I hurled the mug to the floor, and the crash of shattering glass did nothing to calm me. I kept smashing the pink things around the room until I finally came to my senses, slumped on the ruined pink sofa, and grabbed my phone. "Draft the divorce papers," I said hoarsely. "As soon as possible." My assistant must have heard the strain in my voice. "Ms. Layton, are you all right?" How could I be? Betrayed by two people closest to me. How could anyone be fine? But I didn't have time to wallow in heartbreak. "Find the best attorney and a private investigator." Her tone sharpened with determination. "Understood, Ms. Layton. I promise you won't be disappointed." A few days later, I received a call from the private investigator and went to the hotel. It was Poppy's mother's birthday. Colin had used a business trip as an excuse, but had secretly arranged for Poppy's family and friends to gather there to celebrate. I watched him move about confidently, organizing everything as though he were one of their own. Then I saw Poppy, dressed in layers of ruffled fabric like a frosted cake, glide toward him like a princess and slip her arm through his. Her relatives and friends burst into teasing laughter. "Colin, our Poppy's yours now. Treat her well, you hear? That's what it means to pluck the rose you have raised." I stood there watching as Colin, caught up in the moment, actually called Poppy's parents Mom and Dad. It would have been laughable if it hadn't been so revolting. He was only 10 years younger than they were. Midway through dinner, Poppy got drunk. Colin led her toward the bathroom. In the hallway, she tiptoed up, fingers under his chin, their faces brushing close. "Say it. Call me Mommy." People were walking by, and Colin looked uneasy, coaxing her in a low voice. "Later, okay? When we get back." But Poppy wouldn't let him go until he finally gave in, whispering Mommy, again and